Here's what we got. Over here we have our cab, which is a basic sedan, rear-wheel drive. And for our sports sedan, since we can't afford a $158,000 car just to wreck, we got one with equivalent technology, it's got equivalent horsepower, and it's all-wheel drive.
And with that, step 2 is to turn them into a double act.
Whoa, hey. What's that?
It's got missiles. This is the coolest car ever. What the heck are these?
But connecting 2 cars bumper to bumper was never going to be easy.
All right, well, problem number 1, this car has an all-aluminum frame, so there's no welding to it.
Well, that sucks.
No welding means that the MythBusters will have to come up with a plan B.
Now, initially, we were going to try and connect to the bumper, but that's not the strongest part of the car. The strongest part of the car is actually the frame. That's where the driver's cage is. That's the most rigid part of the car. So we're going to use that to connect frame to frame instead of bumper to bumper.
Let's put these cars together.
It's a heavy-duty solution
Oh, not using the light stuff.
that'll ensure that their heavy-duty cars stay nose to nose on the track.
Now, each of these cars weighs over 2 tons and will have to be stuck together driving over 40 miles an hour. So we've designed a steel frame that will fuse to the taxi and that will bolt to the sedan. Simple.
And all that serious steel means they've got some serious welding to do.
Glamorous.
Very glamorous.
The guys take a page from Flashdance as the sparks fly. And slowly the date-night frame comes together.
All right, so we're done building the frame that's going to keep the 2 cars together. As you can see, we've overbuilt it because there's going to be so much torque on that frame from the 2 cars that it has to be strong. The only thing left to do is to attach the frame to the bottom of the cars to get those 2 cars connected.
It's like a giant steel bow tie.
Cut the muffler off of any car, it sounds cooler.
The cars have got serious muscle, but with the aluminum side bolted in and the other side welded on, the frame should keep that in check.
So, all we need to do is get our cars on the flatbed and take it out to location to test this myth.
That's all they have to do. But with the connected cars weighing in at 4 tons,
Ho-ho! I think we got a problem here with this forklift.
that's not an easy proposition.
Whoa,
What's up?
it's making evil noises and it's kind of doing like this. Who would have thought this would be the most difficult part of the day? Just packing up the cars. We haven't even started the experiment.
Well, there's something you don't see every day.
Eventually, the double wide is loaded up and ready for its turbocharged excursion.
See you there?
Look, Ma, no hands.
The conjoined cars are at Alameda, ready for the maneuvering mayhem.
So we're testing a myth in the movie Date Night, where 2 cars get in a head-on collision and they become linked together. During this whole 3-minute sequence, they drive around and around, back and forth. We're going to start with the straight line test because potentially that is the safest and the easiest on the cars.
That's right, they're breaking the scene into its elements. The straight line test, the 90-degree turn, and the 180 spin. And first up, they're going straight. With the cab in neutral, can the sports sedan really shove it backwards at 40 miles an hour from a standing start? Well, once the cab gets its obligatory MythBusters makeover,
Now that's a taxi.
it's time to find out.
All right, so I'm going to be playing the taxi driver. You guys are going to be on a date.
All right, well, we're going 40 miles an hour as the myth stated, a really fast street speed, and we're going to start by going forward and backwards.
Can I drive first?
All right.
Let's go. It's our sports sedan. It's fast and it's got a lot of torque. But you know what? It's designed for a specific load. And by connecting our taxi cab to this car,
Hey, what are you doing? Get out of my way.
essentially we're doubling that load, making it even harder. And that means that all the torque that this car has, it's gonna need all of that to push this car out of the way.
Yep, the sports sedan may have the power, but can it shove the weight of the 4,000-pound taxi too? And can this double act max out at 40 miles an hour?
Ready?
Ready?
Let's do it.
All right, putting it into neutral. Parking brake off.
In 3, 2, 1.
amazing. Just like the movie, the sports car takes the taxi for a ride. But there's a slight problem.
I've got no steering.
40 miles an hour.
I've got no steering.
Brakes, brakes, no steering. Brakes, brakes, brakes.
I only got brakes.
We went off course pretty fast.
Off course is an understatement. The tandem cars only narrowly missed the fence.
So we got up to speed, and I guess you could call this a straight line. Man, that was scary. The problem is that the turning axles that control the steering on our tandem car are actually in the middle, and what used to be the rear wheels are at the front, which means you have very little control over where you're going. And of course, with the sports sedan pushing double the load, the brakes have to work twice as hard, and you need twice the space to come to a stop. Who knows what's going to happen when we try to do this in reverse?
Yep, that's right. Reverse is next.
Let's do it.
Because stunt 2 of the movie has the sedan dragging the coasting cab at 40 miles an hour.
All right, 40 miles an hour in reverse. In 3, 2, 1, go. 20 miles an hour.
Look at that, we're already off course.
Once again, steering the 4-ton monstrosity is almost impossible.
40 miles an hour. Well, that's 40.
But the twin cars pull off the reverse.
Right now, it's looking very good for the Myth. With connected cars, you can drive forwards and backwards at high speeds. You don't have much control, but it is possible.
The conjoined car precision driving is 2 for 2.